Right, okay. Last time, on FlatOut 2, we completed level 2 of the Derby class. And now, I think it's time for us to finish off the Derby class. Because we have now unlocked level 3. And these are the cups we have to do. We've got the Metal Smash Derby Cup, the Tarmac Derby Cup, and the Special Derby Forest Cup. Sorry, Derby Forest Cup, I should say. Anyway, before we get on with the Metal Smash Derby Cup, we need to get ourselves another car. And unlike the previous 2 levels, where we were given 3 cars to choose from, with this one, we're only given 2. And that's these. We've got the Splitter, and we've got the Switchblade. Now ordinarily, a lot of you would be telling me to go for the Switchblade, because statistically, it is the better car than the Splitter. However, if you look at which car is better in terms of handling, strength, and also weight, the Splitter is a better car under those regards. And yes, I am aware the Switchblade does have more weight, as well as more nitro, and also a higher top speed, but I've already driven a rear-wheel drive car, and that of course was the banger, and I also drove a 4-wheel drive car as well with the Roma, if you've been paying attention since the start of the game. So I think this time I really want to use the Splitter, just so it proves that I have driven all 3 car types in this game in terms of their respective drivetrains, that being 4-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, and now, well, front-wheel drive. This might be a personal choice, but I have established that when it comes to a lot of these events, handling is going to be pretty important, as is strength. Anyway, let's see if we can afford any upgrades, as of which I already know what my plan is going to be. And yes, we can. So just to improve the strength of our car, I'm going to put on all of the respective suspension parts, because why not? And I will also put on some tyres and brakes, so my handling can be improved even more. And how much money do I have left? I think I have enough left for an engine upgrade, but I don't know which one to use. I could use it on the nitrous, but then again, that would also decrease my strength, and we're not exactly at a stage where we necessarily need nitrous. So I think what I'm going to do for this is I will put on... yeah, let's put on the modified tuning kit. I think that should be okay. And now, I think there's probably one more thing I can do here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the racing exhaust. Because why not? It does improve my top speed slightly, and also because I have just enough money to actually spend it, so you want to know what I'm going to do? Exactly. You honestly didn't think I was going to have 700 credits left and then not spend it on a racing exhaust. I mean, we are at level 3 after all, so I do kind of need to be ready for this. Especially if there happens to be one or 2 cars in the field that tries to pull off the dirty tricks I think they're going to pull off. Anyway, we now have the splitter, and we are going to get on with the Metal Smash Derby Cup, where if we win, we'll get $2,000, second, we'll get 1,500, and third, we'll get 900. So let's go. Another 3-race cup as we begin at Farmlands 2. This route takes you into the rural areas, cutting through a homely farmyard and amongst the peaceful scenery. Probably took a little bit longer with the upgrade process than I normally would, but I did have to make sure I was getting a decent value for money, and I think that's probably what I did. I was just turning down the volume on my computer because it might be a little loud. Anyway, here we go. Driving our front-wheel drive splitter, as the AI have not changed the cars they're using. So as far as I'm concerned, whatever I did in that previous attempt, it did not just happen. And I am simply going to gloss over that by making absolutely sure that I put together a somewhat better run than what I put together before. Because, well, my previous run, it went well initially, but then it basically blew to shit. And for that reason, I chose to not continue and see if I could do a better job than I did before. And it doesn't look like that's really going to change. Even with a front-wheel drive car, it somehow doesn't feel like it's going to change. But again, I have to showcase the cars I unlock, and I have to use at least one from every level because that is how diversity works. And I also have to make sure that I showcase their car types as well, because I am willing to be subservient in the name of diversity. Or at least I try to be. But at least I can say I did manage to get some bonus money, so I think if I wasn't still earning money, I probably wouldn't be doing this the way I have been doing it. I forgot there was a ditch there. That's why I slowed down all of a sudden. Oh, hi Jason. Fuck off, Jason. Oh god. Okay. Can I actually get after Sophia, please? Doesn't look like I will. But I'm certainly gonna go for it. Wait, did I actually beat her? I think I might have done. Okay, I beat her by 3/10. I was really thinking for sure that wasn't going to happen, but I somehow beat her by taking the outside line. But anyway, I win by 3/10 over Sophia, Katie 3rd, Sally 4th, and then the bottom 4 are Jason, Frank, Ray, and Jack. Well, it's a new car. I might as well get a replay. Just figured I would immediately knock some fencing over so I would get some boost. I may not have nitrous on this thing, but right now, I don't really think I need it. Even though I am hopeful in saying this will be my actually successful attempt. Even though I did end up in the tree early on. I think if I wasn't still earning money from this, by wrecking the AI as much as I can, then there's probably no way I would really consider the failed attempts I have before to really be accepted attempts if I wasn't still earning money. That's probably the only thing that's really keeping me in the game. Even with all my failures. I'm actually amazed to say Katie did manage to recover to 3rd after I slammed her that way. She actually did good, Katie. I will give her that. But anyway, yeah. Rallycross racing, but with elements of chaos. Although not elements regarding burnout levels of chaos. I forgot there was a ditch there. I think Katie might have actually got the best wrecker award, from what I can see. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's now get on with reviewing our points. I probably spent a little longer than I should have done recording that replay, but either way, I think I still managed to get some decent shots. And I only got one slam in the end of that. Oh well, it doesn't matter because, well, I still won the race anyway. And I set the fastest lap time as well. I never noticed that. But yeah, just as I thought, Katie got the Best Wrecker award as well as the Blastmaster award. And it was Jack who got the Bulldozer award. No, 200 credits are better than no credits. So those are your point standings, and now let's move on to round 2 of the Metal Smash Derby Cup at Timberlands 2, and where hopefully we can do a much better job than we did last time. Starting near Mount Dreadmist, the road runs past the local car part shop and eventually makes its way through the lumber yards in this area. I sincerely hope we can do a better job than we did before, because last time I finished in 7th, and I figured if I finished in 7th then I basically had no chance of winning this. But that's why I choose to abort these cups and then try and see if my revamped attempts, in some cases, do prove to be better ones. Fuck off, Frank. Unless that was Sally who ran into me before. I think it probably was Sally who ran into me before. Anyway, whatever. I'm gonna go round the outside this time. I think it might be safer that way. Can I please stop hitting that rock? Would be really fucking nice if I could stop hitting that rock. And also if I could stop taking hits from the AI just dive bombing in front of me. So Sophia and Katie are fighting for the lead. I really don't care whichever one does it to me first. I'm still gonna fight. And fight as much as I possibly can. Because that's what I aim to do. And I don't manage to get the slam on Sophia. Even though I did try to. Oh, I got a power hit instead. And I got a slam on Katie, as well as a power hit and a slam on Sally Taylor. That was basically an accordion effect that just all happened to basically be everything everywhere all at once. And that was just what made it happen as beautifully as it did. That was a literal accordion effect. And I really did not expect myself to be in that good of a position. So through the dog leg, a little dab of the brakes, and I hit another gas pump. Katie is right behind me, she's right on my ass. But this time around, things are actually going better. And I have also got some more dosh on the board as well. Which is what I like. From the hits I did on the previous lap anyway. And over the line, and I end it by hitting a tree. Anyway. So Katie now takes over second place, and Sally Taylor gets a rare podium. Was not expecting that. Then we had Jason finishing 4th, Jack 5th, Ray 6th, Sophia, who finished 2nd in the previous race, finishes 7th here, and it was Frank, who finished in 8th and last. And now we shall move on. I don't know if I did or didn't get the fastest lap in that race, but I had to be close. Because I was pretty sure that 4th lap I just ran was pretty fast. Oh yeah, also shout out to Sally for actually getting the 3rd place result. So I got 4 slams, 2 power hits, and 1 super flip. Amounting to a total of 1,000 credits. Nice. And I did not get on any of the stats. So Jason got the best wrecker and blast master, Jack got the fastest lap, and Katie got the bulldozer reward. But either way, I still earn $1,000 from causing my fair share of carnage, so it's fine. 6-point lead heading into the final race over Katie. Sophia has now dropped down to 4th, and there's the rest of the order as we have a 2-way tie for 6th. However, In this, the third race that will all change. Midwest Ranch 1. Racetrack running along the outskirts of the Grand Ranch. The route takes you along country roads, hemmed in by farm machinery and hay bales. I can read. Although I didn't get any of the race rewards, I think I probably was pretty close with the fastest lap reward. I don't know how far off I was, but I only had to be a few tenths at best. Anyway, got a 6-point advantage over Katie, so I can pretty much afford to have fun with this if I don't win. Although I still need to finish in, I think, 5th or better in order to cinch it. Or most likely 6th or better if I don't manage to win, which is also possible. I think if I was a little closer I would have actually got the slam on Frank. It would have either been a slam or a power hit. But as long as I'm still earning money, then that's probably what keeps me going here. As I get slammed into by Sally. Katie is now up to P2. I think I know where it is I need to finish. I need to be at least 6th or better in order to clinch it. I pretty much have this championship wrapped up as long as I finish either 5th or better, or if it comes down to a tie, then well, I will pretty much be there to make sure that my machine is running good. As I'm closing in on Jack, who leads. He goes for the jump. I think I ran in something that slowed me down, couldn't tell you what it was though. I get the slam job on Jack, and I also run into a telephone pole. And Jason now takes over the lead, so I really need to make sure I get my maneuvers done here. As I force Jason out into the crops, and he now spins out, and that now means I have taken the lead for the first time here at Midwest Ranch. We're very much in a farmer's land. Anyway. That did not go the way I was wanting it to. But it's fine, because we still have another lap to go. Katie is currently nowhere in sight, so the championship is pretty much locked up. Oh, she's right behind me. Well, anyway, I'm still running ahead of her. She's pretty much my main rival for this one. Sophia kind of blew it after our little tangle. And it's not going to be 3 out of 3, I don't think, but I will still get 2 out of 3 either way. Oh, I think she's in trouble. This could be my opportunity to benefit, although I'm probably not going to get it, and not quite. Well, 2 out of 3, but either way, what's important is I still win. And I also get the fastest lap as well, which is cool. So Sophia wins, myself second, and Katie third. Then we had Jason completing the top 4, and as for the bottom 4, we had Jack, Sally, Ray, and Frank. And I did record my replay earlier on, so let's move on to our next level 3 event. I still win in the overall results. Even then, of course, if I lost the battle, but that's okay. Because points are what matter most. And I got 4 slams in the end of that. And I also got the fastest lap in that race by quite some margin. I think it was a 1 second margin I got it by. Anyway, Sally gets the best wrecker, Katie gets the Blastmaster, I get the fastest lap, and Jason gets the bulldozer. So 2 out of 3 again. Needless to say, these are some very competitive races that I have got myself involved in. But I still win in terms of the overall results by an 8-point margin over Katie, who gets the tiebreaker over Sophia with more podiums, because Katie finished on the podium in every race. Sophia gets P3 as a result of her win. Then Sally finishes 4th with 14. Jason 5th, also with 14, so a 2-way tie there for 4th. Jack gets P6, Ray 7th with, ironically, 7 points. And Frank finishes last with 5 points. Not bad. And $2,000 for winning, 2 golds and a silver. That's all good. And we have now unlocked Derby Bowl 1. No doubt in saying that's a demolition field, as we're now 75% of the way done with the Derby class. And next up will be the Tarmac Derby Cup. And that will be coming in the next episode. See you then.